Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. So, what's happened since last time? It's now 1950. The war with France is over. As you can see, I have taken France and a lot of their colonies as war operations. The United States just declared war, as did China. And for a while now, I've been fighting Russia. They haven't really had a lot of ships. They've sent out some light cruisers now and then. And 2 months ago, they sent out a battleship from Murmansk, which is why northern Russia is not in my hands. It was the last turn of the previous invasion here, which was at 100%. This is the good old invasion fleet. But then the battleship popped out of port and ruined everything. So I'm doing it again. I've taken central Russia. It took surprisingly little. The required tonnage was not very high at all. Also taken southern Siberia. Sent my battlecruisers there. And Russian Far East, which is no, Eastern Siberia it's called, which is kind of annoyingly split between the two halves of the map, so gotta scroll a little bit back and forth. But these are the let's see, yeah, San Ferdinando class battlecruisers and Il Tempo Gigante. Required tonnage to take Eastern Siberia was like 2,000 tons or something, so this was way overkill. But they are now being sent here, hopefully to engage some Chinese ships. I'm sending some ships around to hopefully engage this American battlecruiser. Where are you heading? Oh, you're just sailing around a little bit. Okay, so might not be able to intercept this. Germany is taking Estonia from Russia. My army is also taking Moldova. And I think that once Germany has taken Estonia and I've taken northern Russia, then Russia is just going to collapse, because they will not have any ports left. And the same might also happen to China, because Japan has been pushing in here. They've taken Weihai Wei, northeast China, central China, now pushing into northern China. Although all the remaining Chinese ports are in eastern China, which I don't know, might not even be impossible to take with a naval invasion. As for my fleet, the Dictator class battleships are being commissioned currently. 2 months left. The Consul class are being well, almost ready to launch. And the cruisers have been built. My battlecruisers have also been built. I've used the what are they called? The really fast ones. These ones, Sanita class, to hunt down some Russian light cruisers. Not very exciting battles, which is why you have not seen them. Just them trying to run and my very fast battlecruisers catching up and killing them with no return fire even being fired. So yeah, let's go on to May 1950. And sadly, it looks like we don't have any battles at all. Britain is fighting Norway for some reason. I'm blockading China. Japan wants to be my ally. No. Okay, we can strike Shanghai. Sure. I'm selling some DDs. I'm also invading Xinjiang from Kyrgyzstan. What do you mean, undefended port? They got ships there in Shanghai. Why didn't I get to fight them? That's still at 100%. They don't have any ships in this port, do they? No. So hopefully that's not going to get ruined. Their battleship was sent out, engaged someone else, and is now in for repair in Tallinn, which the Germans are going to take in a couple of months. Now, what to do with these two? What to do with those two? I can send them here and try and fight that battleship. Or what kind of battlecruiser is this? Doria. Okay. Yeah, let's try and fight this battleship. Hopefully we can get a strike mission. Where are the Americans? Oh, they are here, sending lots of tiny task forces. Where are you being sent? Oh, I see, I see. To Manila. Okay. Commissioning, commissioning, commissioning. Not quite ready yet. But these guys are ready to go. Let's send them over here. If nothing else, we can try and invade the Philippines. Maybe engage some Americans on the way over there. That would be funny. Alright, next month. And Germany wants to be my ally. So, Germany, Italy, and Japan. The gang getting back together. China. I could just take the one unrest instead of paying 2 billion. Admiral's getting warned. And some strikes with no opposition. Canada really likes my DDs. Greece? Ah, Crete. Okay. Fine. What do you have here, China? One light cruiser. Here's my battle fleet. Okay, conquest of Crete. 247,000 tons. This is going to be done in 3 months. So they can come down here and help out, I think. Let's send out the Regina Isabellas first. And And I guess also the Bastardas. That should be enough tonnage to get at least a decent chance of success. What do you have here, America? A couple of light cruisers. Okay, send the Doria to try and engage these two. And the Capri, you can take on these two. Should get a battle here, but I've been saying that for a while now. So let's go. Fingers crossed. And there we go. Meeting, strike, battle, ambush, and yet more. More admirals getting warned. Do the strike first. And the other strike. And yet one more strike. Clash of fleets. Alright. So there are more than just 2 light cruisers. 2 Washington class heavy cruisers. We know those from before. From the previous war. They're still in service. Juno class light cruisers. We have seen those also. Cheyenne. Those are new. Alright, I think the Capri should be able to do it. She's been refit. She's got 13-inch guns now instead of 12s. Alright, Capri. Show us what he can do. Let's see if we can get a decent thumbnail out of this. I guess it's not half bad. Maybe more like so. So you don't have the waves clipping through the hull. And more from the front, so you can see the main guns being elevated to fire. Yeah, I think that's a nicer angle. Alright, with that out of the way, let's start actually fighting. Let's see, cruising speed. Those must be the heavy cruisers. Well, I'm more effective than they are at this range, so let's just try and maintain that range. See, will my AP be effective here? Kind of, a little bit. You just switch target automatically. HE is doing a lot more. At least at this range and angle. There we go, that was a juicy hit. Just broadside now. Not anymore. Okay, well, I still have HE rounds. Let's see what we can do about these light cruisers. Now she loads AP. Maybe they do have some armor. AP was effective. Let's see, Washington class, what kind of armor do you have? Plenty. Vallejo. Not liking life right now. There we go, Cheyenne class. Identified. 2 inches of armor. Pretty much all over. Torpedoes. Yeah, the Cheyenne class is more armor than the Juno class. That is for sure. But twice as much. Twice as much as very little is still not that much. Boom. And there goes one more. Extensive fire, actually. You don't see that very often in the Dreadnought Improvement Project mod. But it does happen. And it's typically when you get full-on penetrations. No, kill the light cruiser. Don't switch. Full-on penetrations by HE shells. There we go. Good AP penetrations on Cheyenne. Let's take a closer look at this this classic cruiser. Again, it looks good for an AI design. Like, there's nothing wrong with the layout at all. Okay, maybe just for aesthetic purposes, I would mount those torpedo tubes kind of differently, but really, nothing wrong with this. Could be faster though, could have more armor. And diesel engines are just a bit overpriced, I think, in this mod. In vanilla, they're great. There's basically almost no reason to use anything else. Need a couple more hits on Cheyenne, and she should be dead. Now she's blocking things. We don't have that kind of deck armor. There we go. That's the damage I was looking for. Alright, Chicago. Let's get a little bit closer now that the light cruisers have been cleared away. Why do you switch targets? I mean, ultimately it doesn't really matter which one you choose to take out first, but it's better to stick with the one you're already engaging. And it switched again. I'll stick with Chicago. Switch back to Boston. Okay. Now secondaries on Chicago. Not in torpedo range, am I? No. You guys have very slow torpedo, short range torpedoes. Not slow torpedoes, but short range ones. Alright, 15 kilometers away, and let's try AP. Not very effective. And for some reason, she just keeps switching targets. It is really annoying. Okay, back to auto. Because what I would like to do is just focus on one of them and sink it. But that's kind of hard to do when the focusing on one of them part proves to be so difficult. And the main guns have now switched to Boston. And now to Chicago. Let's see if she switches again. Yes, the main guns are now targeting Boston. Despite me specifically ordering them to keep on Chicago. Now they're targeting Chicago. And every time she changes target, she has to go through the range found thing again. Let's see. If I turn off the guns, set them to aggressive, does that reset something? Let's see if she actually sticks to Boston now. Nope. Main guns, switch to Chicago. Fine, I'm just gonna sail around at kind of long range until I'm out of ammo. And hopefully one of them will have sunk by then. Just when I was about to say, yeah, good job actually focusing on Boston, the main guns switch to Chicago. And now back to Boston. This main tower is now gone. As is Chicago's. Okay, running out of HE. I think we can close in now. Try and get the kills with AP. There we go, finally a flooding hit. But also, they're just sailing in circles. Which means actually getting a good angle is very hard. There we go, some more flooding on Boston. Can we stick with this target now? No. Try to do specific targeting. Let's see if that does anything. Nope. And all the while, the Capri is taking damage. Which is unnecessary because one of these should have been dead already. If they would just stick to targeting one instead of switching back and forth. Well, 200 rounds left. Will that be enough for a kill? To get closer again. Not really that close to crew loss either. So torp range again. 7.4. Launch or did they explode? Hard to tell. Well, failed to kill them. By rights, at least one of them should be dead. Because they're both more than, like, half killed. And 9 rounds left. And out. So, we're just gonna keep sailing until I can disengage. They really need to fix that. We're gonna keep fighting. Game tip. Ships auto-target enemies in an efficient manner. Capital ships with multiple main and secondary guns may decentralize their fire and target multiple enemies according to threat. So it is usually more useful to just maneuver your ships and let them choose their targets automatically. Or really. Especially when I don't even have a choice and they just choose their targets regardless of what I click on. Let's see, are we invading Nigeria? What kind of armored logistics does the US have? 54%. Okay. I don't think that's gonna work. Probably not that one either. Let's see, Germany will take Estonia in, I don't know, next month? We got 2 months left of that one. And that's actually up to 52%. Let's see, Doria. You can now engage these two heavy cruisers while Capri goes to a port somewhere. Naples. Let's see, what do we have? Battle. Light cruiser and DD versus light cruiser and DD. Okay. I think we can do this. And that was a Venezia class light cruiser, I think. Yeah. Should probably refit these. The Venezia class are the least up-to-date light cruisers I have. Because the older Scipio Africano have been a refit. .4 kilometer torpedoes. We can make that work. Let's see, which is which here? That looks like the light cruiser, and that is the DD. Okay. Let's get some fish in the water. Let's switch guns to the enemy DD. Now my DD can just keep on running, I guess. Kill the enemy DD. Look at these super slow torpedoes. Running almost parallel with the enemy light cruiser. Okay, let's go with AP. See if we can get some penetrations here. Should have enough pen. Yeah. Dayton is sinking. Alright. That's an expensive light cruiser too. Well, relatively. Okay, let's try our hands at an ambush. We got two General Antonio Cantore DDs and one Indomito facing off against a Washington and a Eugene A. Green. Alright. So we're kind of relying on the torpedoes to actually strike that cruiser. Let's see, torpedoes off. for now. Yeah, I can split this guy off because it's slightly slower than the other ones. And these can zoom along at 41 knots, which is quite impressive. Let's gun down that DD. Actually, let's see. Torpedoes shift. There goes the Indomito class. Yeah, I really need to fix the guns on these. They got triple base propellant, which, because of how muzzle velocity and accuracy works now, just makes them incapable of hitting anything at range. So yeah, you get more range with triple base, but you can't hit anything at that range. So it's kind of useless. Oh well, that's the DD down. They killed mine too. So now I just have to hope I live long enough for my torpedoes to reload. Might not. That's a flooding hit. Yeah. Okay, gonna try to just run and disengage. Alright, got away with at least one DD. Alright. Anywhere else I can get some actual battles? Yeah, I should be able to get one here. What do you have here, China? One light cruiser. That's not very interesting. But I can engage these American cruisers here. If I can just click the right spot. Come on, don't. There we go. Right on the little oil barrel thing. That's an overlap. Where are you going? next month. And the war continues. Admiral's getting warned. It's a strike against an undefended port. Doria now engaging Boston and Chicago. Okay. Round 2. Oh yeah, that's the Doria, not the Capri. This is her sister. And she's fully stocked up on ammunition. And these guys are probably not. And also they are quite damaged. Now Doria, will you be so kind as to stick with one target? But the secondaries on the other one. One almost dead already. And so far, Doria is behaving well. Main guns are focusing this, secondaries on that. Is this gonna be a structure kill? I'm thinking it might. Let's not run too far away. That's one down. Now, you have no choice but to actually focus the last one. That is the Boston. Well, the HE is not doing that much actually. Let's go with AP. It's not very effective. Angle is too steep. It's even blocking my HE. So don't get too far away. Let's get some good salvos going now. Let's see, 12 kilometers away. Now, since it's only a 1-on-1 at this point, I could close in for the kill. I mean, there were only 19-inch torpedoes. And many of them have gotten blown up already. And in fact, it doesn't have any crew manning them, the remaining ones. Because it seems that's one of the stations the game takes crew away from first, when you start losing crew. Okay, let's get around and get a better angle. There we go. Punching some holes through it, getting those flooding hits. These heavy cruisers have no right to be this tanky. I mean, it's overall a pretty good design for a heavy cruiser, at least as far as the AI goes. You got 6 10-inch guns, which is a little bit on the light side, and a lot of secondaries. I think if this was my ship, if I took this as war operations, I'd up the number of 10-inch guns to either 9 or maybe even 12. And they don't have that many secondary guns. Maybe it's just this one missing them because they got hit. I don't know. Not really that crazy on the secondaries. But also I would choose a different engine, because Diesel 2 just makes the ship way expensive. 1.7 billion. That's almost the cost of this battlecruiser. And while they are impressively tanky and hard to kill, I'm not sure if I would call them that good. But with a refit? Yeah, sure. And there she goes. Good job finishing the job. And with that done, let's see, losing some transports, that is okay. Germany has taken Estonia. Norway. I think not. And now this battleship is back in Murmansk, and it better not come out and ruin this invasion again. That would be very annoying. South Dakota class heavy cruiser. What is that? It's 2 more guns than the Washington, but it's also way way, 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 cheaper. So I don't know if it's good. let's do that one next episode. Goodbye, and take care.